think I might go wild in here. Uh-oh. We are here to hopefully get a nice little coffee snack. The inside is so cool. I'm pretty sure it's a 100-year-old house, which is epic. A lot of people are having lunch, can't report on the food, but will be reporting on the coffee. Found out they were out of the peanut butter coffee, but we are getting the coconut coffee to go for takeaway. We got our takeaway coffee, which they give you in the most adorable little carrying case, so it's easier to walk around with. That's nice. It's actually not too sweet.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's really good. Oh, going in for seconds. We are back in what might seem like a familiar setting because fingers crossed that they have the peanut butter coffee today. They're out of it again. But I guess it's that popular. I'm guessing they maybe just didn't get more peanut butter between today and yesterday. But it's okay. If you come here and they don't have the peanut butter coffee, you can still get the coconut. We're trying more coffee. We're actually at a repeat coffee shop. We came here during our coffee tour with our wonderful guide, Jennifer. There's a couple coffees on the menu that I must try before I leave. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to only have so much of each coffee to preserve the amount of caffeine that I can have. We got an overload, a sampling for the last day. We got some banana, lime, and classic milk for our dear Cameron. Okay, the official lineup. We have our banana. Yeah, we have our banana, which is my favorite. I will be making that. I feel like the coffee flavor just kind of enhances. Like it's like when you put coffee with chocolate or like coffee and brownies, it just makes all of the flavors come out stronger. Now this lime, this one will be hard because I think that they're using, the limes are different here. And they also might be the calamansi. I don't know if it's like a regular lime or not. But this on top here, this is actually like lime slushy. We came actually literally right downstairs since we got this little bread and cheese number. Look at that guy. And then there's like so melty. Oh.
4 cheese.
Oh, it's 4 cheese.
Like raclette.
Raclette. My heart. Raclette has my heart. Oh, right into it. The matcha number. Oh my gosh. Also, it's just like very cute here. Look at this. Just the coaster. It's so fun. You might have heard of this famous cafe behind me. I'll show you right now. This is the Note Cafe. So it's popular because of all of these little post-it notes around the edges and that you can go and sit all the way up there and then look out onto the lake or at this random Rolls Royce. I'm skipping it on my trip to Hanoi because not only is there an incredibly long line, but I've heard the rumor is you're paying for the view, not the coffee. Now, I don't think that you shouldn't go if you want to go somewhere that is Instagram aesthetic and you have great views and whatnot, but I would recommend that you try some of the other coffee shops I've had and just know that whenever you're ordering here, maybe it's not going to be as good as you hope, but I haven't tried it, so let me know if you've been, what you thought of the coffee, and enjoy the ambiance. But hopefully you don't have to wait in this line. We're at this super cool cafe because if you don't know, cafes in Vietnam open early and stay open so late. That is something that I wish we had more of in the States because it is literally let's check my new watch. It is 9:50. It's like an annoying amount of time to read. It is about 9:50 right now, and I'm literally on a rooftop at a cafe. Brian had an orange juice, freshly squeezed, and I had a lime juice, and it was delicious. And we're looking out to this view. Look at this. Also, that's the Note Cafe that I said to avoid. People go there to take pictures and see the lake. Just come here. This is not only a better view because you're higher up, but there's better options as well, which, you know, win-win. We're not ready for lunch yet, and we don't want to stop anywhere for like a quick snack. So we came to my favorite, Circle K, which is just kind of like a 7-Eleven in Vietnam. I'm not sure if it's in other countries or not, probably. But we got some of our favorite little snackies. So my pick is the crab stick egg with mayo onigiri, and Brian's is the chicken and lemongrass with chili onigiri. I wanted to tell you that each one of those onigiris was 67 cents each. So our stop for a snack cost us $1.34, which is literally nuts. And if you don't know what onigiri is, it is seaweed wrapped in rice and has fillings. And then obviously I told you what each of our preferences were. They have a bunch. And if you're still adapting to different cuisine while you're traveling, they actually had one that was like burger meat with cheese. That's what they described it as. So that might be a little bit more familiar. You can see the pickled veggies back there. Who's going to get them out? These are the pickled veggies that she just said we eat with the rice. Oh, they smell so good. That's the beef. Here is the pork. Here's our pickled veggies. And this is our pile of rice. What's interesting about fried rice in Vietnam is that they don't actually mix it together like you're used to. They put it on the side, and then you put everything in your own bowl and do the mixing yourself. So that's why we got a giant mound, because that is for 2 people, or 2 portions. So we got pork and beef, and the pork is a sweet and sour pork, and the beef is a stir-fried beef with vegetables. And we got our pickled veggies, and I believe that this is like a spicy, yeah, it's like a spicy soy, although I'm not really getting spicy, just sea peppers in here. And don't forget to clean your chopsticks, especially with all of the bustle behind me. Fill in my bowl, a little rice. Let's start with some pork, and look at the pork. And I gotta get a little piece of veg.
There's some in here too.
Oh yeah, there's like green onions in there. See if I can snag a green onion. It's like a peppery green onion. And then a little of the pickled veg. And let's see if I can make, it's a soy sauce. I don't really know how you're supposed to use it. Oh, he's just pouring it on. Okay, let's try a little bite with everything.
I poured some in.
That's good. Pickled veg. Oh.
It's supposed to be like sweet and sour, right?
The pickled veg is nice. The rice is really good. It's yellow for what seems to be egg. I'm not sure if they use other things to color it, but it's perfect. Okay. Let's snag some of this beef. Ooh. Okay. So we got some sauteed veg, and looks like there's tomato in it as well. There's a woman behind me just straight up trimming broccoli. She was like walking down the street with her like cart of vegetables that she was selling. Okay, and then we've got the beef. We'll do it again. We'll make a nice good bite. Got a little rice, a little beef, a little veg. Time to nom. It's garlicky. Chewy. Yeah, there's like a pepper on the pork, and the beef is in like this like beautiful garlicky sauce. And I'm not sure what, I mean, I'm guessing this is cabbage, the pickled veg. It looks like a cabbage to me, this guy. But it's really nice.
Or is it bok choy?
No, because it's too, it could be. It could be like a giant bok choy. That's possible.
That's what it has.
Yeah. But look how tender this beef is. So good. But it's just cool to walk down this alleyway and grow, because we're in Hanoi, you know, a lot of the seats close to the ground. And as much as I'm not very tall, it can be uncomfortable, and it can be, you know, something you have to adapt to.
This is luxury.
Yet this feels like luxury because we have high seats. We are going to go get our nails done. I actually got these nails done at this place, Cosmo Nails in Hanoi, at the beginning of our trip, right before my birthday. That's why I got some stars, also because we're in Vietnam, so it's like fun. And my dear friends over on Instagram voted for this. And so you guys voted for one more set before I leave. So we're gonna go get that, sneak it in so we can soak up all of the wonderful beauty treatments that you can get in Vietnam. Also, for context, Brian is going and getting his cuticles cleaned, and we're both getting a pedicure and a foot scrubbing, maybe even a massage too. So if you're here with your partner and you're not sure if you want to drag them to a nail salon, it's not dragging. These treatments are wonderful, and they are actually in Vietnam utilized by both genders very frequently. And the US, they are too. There's always like one guy in the nail salon, but here, like maintenance and self-care, like through different beauty treatments, it's very normal, very common. So make sure you don't skip it. I got a porridge. It is so good. It's made from rice flour, and it's kind of like, how do I describe it? It's more like a gravy. It has pieces of pork in it, and then pork floss, my new best friend, along with some of these Chinese breakfast donuts. I'm calling them breakfast donuts because they usually eat with breakfast, but they're also eaten with like soups and stuff. And this angle is coming from classic Hanoi seating, teeny tiny chairs. It's absolutely delicious. You might be able to see the meat. It's so comforting, and it's like strangely familiar, but it's not something I've ever had before. Here we are, Yan Yan Bakery. Can I get a little snacky? We just got the best snack ever. 2 rolls and some sweetened condensed milk. Although I will say, I said sweetened condensed milk and she had a little bit of a chuckle. Because in there it said blister milk. Oh, the bread's warm. Yeah. They had like a little thing over it to keep it warm. It's pretty cool, like a little blanket for it. Okay, I took a bite already, but if you got a little sweetened condensed milk, you literally just dip it in. And then, the best snack. No, thank you.
Is it good?
It's so good. It's just like the best pick-me-up. And the cheapest snack, 10,000. Well, it was 4,000 for the roll, and then 6,000 for the sweet condensed milk. That's quite literally 34 cents. Oh. You're at Maru. It is near the church. I think it's a cathedral. They have the coffee flavor, a pepper, ginger, and lime. Oh, what a perfect souvenir. They also have these. They're like truffles too. Maybe we'll get, they're bonbons. Look at those. Look at those. So cool. There's just so many. Yeah, there's all these different candies. Is this with, chocolate with mandarin? Oh no. That sounds so good. Look at all these options. Yeah, we definitely should get a bunch. And then look at all this. They can come and get bakery items too. Look at the chocolate mug. That's so cool. Do you see our haul? This is just it's all down there. They have fun totes too. They're very helpful in here to help us really understand. They have some with like fun flavors like coconut milk. There's one with kumquat. There's ginger and lime. And then there are a bunch of single origin dark chocolate. Preference for dark chocolate. So hopefully you're a dark chocolate person. But they do have some milk chocolate and some that are like lower percentage. So a little bit sweeter. But it's pretty cool. I would recommend coming to the shop because they have them like, scattered around, but this selection is so extensive, and I was able to snag some truffles, which I love. So I'm excited to try those, along with some chocolate-covered mandarins. But those ones have shorter shelf life because they're fresh. We did not make it to the Pottery Village, but we did find that they have a shop in Hanoi where you can still go buy some of the goods, and they have some information about the actual village. But for now, I'm gonna go shopping. This is goofy. Look at all of this. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, I saw that they had the espresso cups too. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they have fancy fin filters. Look at the sheep.
These dogs are...
They're mice. Those are mice.
Big mice.
Oh my
They're
God.
the same size as the other animals.
Look how cute. Okay, let's check some prices. This is literally only 60,000. Oh my gosh. How cute. Oh, I'm going to go wild in here, aren't I? The sloth. My sister-in-law has a pug. Come on. He's so cute.
There's another one here.
She'd probably love it. She'd probably love it. You said we could ship it.
I don't know.
So if you're like us and you don't have as much time to head outside of the city to the village to see all of the pottery, yeah, you should definitely come here. I know. There's like these cat vases. They're so precious. This is incredible. Yeah, there's too many things I think I might need.
How do we take these home?
I have no idea how we take them home without breaking them. I'm gonna be sitting. No, they could be they could be in my backpack. They also have pottery classes. Oh my god, it's for your rings. That's so funny. You can get keychains. That's easy to take home. There's all of these chopstick rests. Wow. When we were shopping, Brian turned to me and said, "Do you know anyone who likes cute snakes?" And I said, "I don't think so, but I wish that I did." Look how cute. He's even got a friend. I found what I need, absolutely need. Is this or is this not me? I'm gonna take it home somehow, some way. I've officially spent an insane amount of time shopping here, and if you are looking for goods to take home, highly recommend it. They're upstairs wrapping them all right now, like 10 times over, so we'll be able to take it home in our bags safely, fingers crossed. But this is a really great place to come to. I don't work here. That was fun. I was just saying that it's a really great place to come and get gifts for people, especially I'm an employee now. I work here because like I was saying that there are so many like small things that you can get for people, which is really nice. So if you don't want to commit to a large vase like I have, you can get like little spoons or chopsticks rests or spoons intended for pho, which is really great. And just like so many great little things that are handmade just right here outside of Hanoi, which is awesome. All right, Bri, hold up our haul. I have one thing to say. If you come to Hanoi and you do not go to that shop, you have done something wrong. That was the Swedish shop owner. He must have saw me walking around talking to you guys earlier because I had the camera out indecisively going through every single item they had. Came up to me, asked if I was a creator, and said, "Oh, I'd love to work together," offered for me to come to a pottery class, but sadly, as you guys know, we're leaving. And then said, I told him how I was including the shop in this video because I was already obviously shopping till I could drop. And he said, "Oh, we work with creators all the time. I'll give you 50% off." I was like, "Excuse me, I didn't ask for anything." I didn't even have my camera out at that point. He came, rang everything up. We bought so much and literally gave us 50% off, which is just like totally 100% did not need to do that. But just if you go, make sure you mention you saw a video. Maybe tell him you saw it from some curly hair girl who bought a giant vase and a bunch of stuff. But what? Oh yeah, he didn't see that. Or yeah, technically I'm an employee because I still can't believe that someone thought that I worked there when I was clearly vlogging to a camera. But yeah, if you're looking for a memorable souvenir when you're in Hanoi, the authentic Bat Trong pottery and ceramic shop is your stop. One of my favorite things to do while I travel is to visit a grocery store to take home some goodies because that's where you're going to find the most authentic products and the best prices as well. So we came to a Winmart that's just close to our hotel. There were 2 other Winmarts that I found that were insane, large, huge, but they're a little bit further, maybe 20, 30 minutes from where we're staying and from Old Quarter because we're staying a little outside of Old Quarter this time. But I don't think it's worth the ride for the moment. So we're gonna hope that we can find some more goodies because as you can know, we already found a lot. Oh, someone's getting some tea. Oh, this is the tea that we had the other day that he was really loving. Yeah, that was really hydrating. It's very good. It's tasty, tasty. What'd you find?
Highlands.
Ah, Highlands.
Vietnamese coffee with milk.
You can get a little Highlands coffee. If you don't have time to stop there, run to Winmart, grab one. Obviously, you can't take this on the plane, but you can drink it before your flight. Don't say, oh, these are coconut wafer rolls. These could be good. These ones. Let's see, is it made in Vietnam? Don't compute, okay. Yep, Vietnam. Coconut wrap, wafer rolls, premium quality. Looks like coconut and sesame, maybe? This was pretty good. Okay, one. We had one of these on our way to Fauna Hills, and I was hooked, debating getting. Sure, I feel like I'm gonna get it. I think even though it's an Indonesian snack, it's not a Vietnamese snack. But like, I'm addicted. They were very good. They quite literally tasted like coffee anywhere, and just like a little candy. I know. I really want to take one, but I think we can get it at home. Chinsu, I feel like we could probably find it.
I don't know.
I don't know if I've seen it. Should we? Oh no, did we take one? Did we take one? Since we've had like hotels that have breakfast, they always put this with the eggs. It's so nice because it's like kind of tomatoey, but it still has a nice kick, and it's not too spicy.
It's exclusively for sale in Vietnam. Exports are not authorized.
Exports are not authorized? Okay, I'm so glad I didn't just like assume I could get
Yeah,
this
I've
at
never
home.
seen this before.
Brian goes, I've never seen this before, and I'm like, we could get it at home.
This one is the sriracha, but that's not the one that's just
No, the sriracha's because sriracha's got so popular, and it's like chinsu or bust, you know?
They have a
They do have a tomato one that's like, I think no spice, but this is the good, the plain classic.
yeah.
That's why they have the big size. People gotta take it home. Also, probably people could probably go through it a lot. Our first Windmine haul was our whopping $2.79, including the chinsu. It will never cease to blow my mind, the prices here. It is, the US dollar goes very far. So if you want to live like a queen or a king, come here. The second one we came to is pretty big, and I don't think I've showed you this, but look at the selection they have. Sorry for the lights. Of some of their fish and meat and all those things. You got a little frozen section too. It's pretty cool. We already found these same coconut crackers we got, but coffee flavor. So really banking on them. What do you find? Look at this.
So much space.
There's
for
activities. So much space for activities.
Dance.
We're going upstairs. This one is
Or
quite
stairs,
big.
the other one, but I don't know if it went anywhere.
I didn't think the stairs in the other one were for us. We'll find out if these ones actually are.
Dry groceries.
Oh yeah, there's a whole other section. We picked this coffee, so that way we have something. And then we might go to like some coffee shops too and see what we can get, or just like around. We did some research on a couple brands that were A-okay because again, a lot are instant, which is totally fine, but like all our hotels gave instant, so you know, I took a couple of those packets home from the hotel that were free, complimentary. So I don't need to get instant. I just want some regular beans for my fin filter. The snacks I was eyeing, but they only have durian flavor. If you have had this before, let me know if there are other flavors besides durian, because I will not be taking that with me. I decided to get the coconut crackers with mango that have been sitting on the street. They just need a little dusting. I'm sure the inside's fine. This haul included a couple extra little bits I didn't show you, including Pepsi Lime. I need to try that, see how that tastes. And then, yeah, a bunch of little goodies. It came to $9.60. Spent a little bit more than last time, but we're really not breaking the bank here. We just went for a little walk because we're heading over to the pagoda after we had some coffee. And the walk, because it was like right by our hotel, staying outside of Old Corridor. So we're actually near one of the lesser visited lakes. If you head over to the pagoda, make sure you don't miss this little beautiful walk around. Maybe head to a coffee shop. You can go to the one we went to and go for a nice longer walk, or you could pick one along the smaller lake and have some coffee and then walk around. It's obviously nice and misty today because it is March in Hanoi, but it's beautiful. The air is crisp, and we're gonna keep exploring before we head home. We made it to the One Pillar Pagoda, having seen quite a few pagodas during our travels in Vietnam. Oh yeah, oh, this is good to know. Actually, I'm gonna stop my thought and let you know that I'm glad I wore pants, because I think that you were supposed to have your knees covered and your shoulders covered. So luckily, I dressed appropriately. I think most of my clothing I brought would have been appropriate, but he's been wearing a lot of shorts because he gets hot. But here's the One Pillar Pagoda. Now, what I was about to say is, if you've watched any of my other Vietnam videos, or if they haven't come out yet, when you do, you will see how different this pagoda is compared to some of the ones that we've seen. There she is, right there. This is Hanoi's pagoda. Here's the entrance.
Yeah, it says please cover your
Do not wear
shoulders
shorts.
and do not wear shorts.
You were close to not being able to come. Thank goodness he's got pantalones on. Wearing his pantalones today. So this is free to visit. And it's open every day. Okay, so here's the history right here, in brief. It was built
on the Hong River.
The 6th century? It was originally called the Quoc Pagoda, and it belonged to the Yen Hao village, nowadays known as the Yen Fu Ward. In 1440, the name of the pagoda was changed to An Quoc. In 1616, the king of the Lei dynasty moved the pagoda to Ka Vong Golden Fish Beach, formerly called Tortoise Beach. I can't believe how old this guy is, and that it's been literally moved around so much. That's crazy. I guess since it's a little smaller than some of the pagodas we've seen, it's probably a little easier to move around.
Moved and repaired.
Oh, moved and repaired. Yeah.
Well, it's been repaired and restored.
Oh, okay. So it's been repaired and restored and moved a ton, and it
There was
all
a
the way back to the
magician.
6th century. A magician?
Magician Van Fong.
What was the magician doing? Oh, yeah.
I don't know. It's all the monks and stuff.
This group of women who appear to be on a girls trip. There it is. They're killing it. I think they're doing a TikTok trend. It is cool that it's one pillar. It's so tall. Look at the pomelos. I know. Can you believe that this tree, as Brian was just saying, like holds the weight of all these pomelos? And I know that this is a trick that a lot of like gardeners or farmers use, but like to put this in the bag so that way when it falls, it won't fall to the ground. And so that way it's actually saved and it's like hooked to the tree. And these are heavy. Yeah, these are ripe. You can see it's literally not attached, which is cool. But yeah, they're probably just for offering. Yeah, or good luck. Yeah, that's true. They're not for eating. That makes sense. Oh, I love the lotus flower decoration. The lotus flower is such an incredible symbol that you can really see all throughout Vietnam. And it's just so beautiful. If you have the privilege to come here in the summer, you'll probably see more fresh, alive lotus flowers when they have arisen from their murky waters to bloom. Size of this one. Oh my God. What diet is Miss Pomelo on? Look at that.
It's big.
Oh my God. But this is the offering table that they have. I think that the Buddha hand lemon is crazy. I think they're so cool. Apparently they don't taste that good though. They're often just used for the offering. And you can see there's more pomelos there and a ton of water, and they do fake money often. That's real money? Oh yeah, you're right. This one's actually real money.
It's only 1,000.
Yeah, it's 1,000 dong, which is like, oh my gosh, like 3 cents. It's like basically putting coins in. Well, US
They don't
coins.
have coins.
Yeah, there's no coins. But you can see, look, they have incense in all of the little huts. It's come to my attention that today is not
You said Monday?
Monday. Yeah, today is Sunday. I have no sense of days of the week. Don't remind me about when we're leaving. So coming to the pagoda, it's not too big, which is nice. If you took a tour, you probably spent a little longer here learning more about the history. Obviously, we just used the resources that we had around, and then we'll look up more stuff in our free time to kind of learn about some of the things that we saw. But this could be a quick stop because that's what's going to be for us today, because we're going to keep exploring Hanoi. If you walk from the pagoda to the mausoleum, be warned that most of the entrances might be closed and only the main entrance will be open. So it's a little bit longer than we thought it would be. Probably would recommend taking a car if you are just looking to immediately get in. It is a lovely walk though, but you literally have to walk the entire vicinity of the whole property of the museum and the mausoleum, which is quite large, just to get to the entrance. We're just trying to find the mausoleum because that's what we're here to look at. The museum is huge, so we're not going to stop in there. But if you want to have a longer couple hours, totally would recommend, because this is the museum. Look how big. We have found the mausoleum. I think you go around the front.
You go that way.
Okay, get your steps in, everybody. Let's go. We think there actually might be something going on where they're doing some kind of ceremony today. You can see them marching in the distance. and that we might not be able to go inside, which is a bummer, but it's okay because we're here and it's still a cool experience. But we're going to investigate further and let you know if this is something that you should expect when you come and visit. So do you remember earlier when I thought that it was Monday and then I found out it was Sunday? Turns out that's important information because the mausoleum is in fact closed on Sundays. We have made it to our next stop, which is the Hanoi Historical Prison. This is where John McCain was held during the Vietnam War. Wow.
Take it off.
It was 50,000 dong per person to get in, and then 100,000 if you want the audio guide. But we actually just asked AI real quick for a little rundown because a lot of places we've gone have not had any kind of description or anything. This is one of the first places that actually had it. So we got a brief history before we went inside to learn more about John McCain's experience specifically. Oh, and also they do have English things for you to read. So that's good to know if you want to either get the audio guide or come in and read. You can, at least in this room. This is what the whole prison looked like. Not all of it is still left, I believe, but you can kind of see. That's what the museum has, all bits and pieces of the original. So they said that the name means fiery furnace, hellhole, I think. This was the main gate of the prison. Could you imagine passing this on the street? Oof. Yeah, there were Southern Vietnamese prisoners because if you didn't know, it was a war between the North and the South, and then other parties were involved. It's eerie to see like the way that they would lock their legs. Probably got so stiff, and like that's the only sunlight up there. This is an almond tree, which served as a big like meeting point and symbol of the prisoners kind of coming together to figure out how they can fight back. And they also used a lot of the almonds to help with ailments they were receiving, including the bark and the leaves and the actual nuts to improve health as well. So there were a couple attempts of them breaking through the sewer to escape. Oh, you can see us. There was a time when 16 tried to get out and only 5 made it, but you can just see.
Another time 100.
Yeah, 100, but another time 100 got out. I'm guessing it's after that because they probably had some of it broken. But just to like see the depiction in 1945.
August
Yeah.
1945.
August 1945. Originally a prison that was built by the French during the war when the French were here, but then during the Vietnam War, which is what the U.S. fought in, it was a prison that the North took over, and the U.S. was fighting in the South. So when John McCain's plane was shot down, that's when he was captured right by the pagoda that we went to earlier, and then he was brought here because this was a prison that was used for a lot of war resistance and like political forces that were captured. And since it was a war between the North and the South, there were also a lot of people that lived here, a lot of Vietnamese that were also in prison here, besides radicals that were also fighting in the war, or that's what they were considered, which I think also from reading a lot of the information that they have around, it seems like a lot of people who were a part of the like American fighting who stayed here had a lot of perspective change about the war that they were fighting because they were imprisoned side by side by people who lived here. You can see John McCain has returned to the prison since staying here, and that is a photo of him clearly very happy because that's the man who saved him when he had to parachute into the lake after his plane got shot down. But obviously after that saving, he ended up here in this prison. So it just puts a full perspective of how a lot of perspectives changed once the war ended and once everything kind of settled. Also had a note about the prisoners who were let go here, which obviously were not fighting for the North, they were fighting for the South, that the government actually gave them a bunch of gifts to take home, like hats and tobacco pipes and things that represented a lot of Hanoi culture, which they took home as they described because they were proud and to discuss their experiences, which is very interesting. The perspective is fascinating because if you don't know, this is a controversial war for the Americans' involvement. So it's very interesting to kind of read about an experience. So this is Heritage House. It is a house that's supposed to be set up like a traditional home. and it is hidden in plain sight, basically, in the old corridor. You really pretty much would just walk straight past it, but cool. We'll have to take you around and see what we find. The entrance was designed to be open, and look at it. That's the sky, all right. That's so crazy. So Brian was pointing out it would literally rain indoors. And from when we were reading the sign, I think this was a shop down here, like originally. So they had that open so you could kind of come in and they would be able to get business. So cool. I love, love, love how intense and beautiful the designs are. And I pointed it out on one of our tours with our tour guide that took us around for a lot of the coffee stuff. Don't touch, no touching. And I was telling her, I was like, oh my gosh, look how beautiful. Like, it's just wonderful. And she was saying that a lot of times it was the children's job to clean all of this. So the young generation supposedly isn't too into it, but my old soul loves all of the intricate furniture. This is the kitchen. Brian said apparently there is a God that takes care of the family in each house. I wonder if this was for like... it prevents the intrusion of evils. This place is, or this side is like also semi-outside because there's your like outdoor kitchen. So interesting, especially because they have a rainy season. So like there's definitely sometimes a year where they're like chilling in the rain, one in here making their food and coming back in here for a little coverage. What did you learn?
You gotta read it.
I gotta read it?
I can't explain it. It's like a wild tale.
Wild tale. All right, let me buckle up. Report back. I have read the story. I don't think that I can give you the Cliff Notes, but it's the story of the gods that Brian was referencing. It's called The Legend of Kong and Tao. You can read it. It's correct, a wild ride, but very interesting. And also it gives you a lot of perspective about the daily life, tradition, and the importance of the home and just like the cultural significance that these kinds of things play in the history of Vietnam and the everyday of Vietnam. Wild. We went upstairs and found the altar. What we learned through a lot of our tours is that every Vietnamese home is going to have an altar for the ancestors, where a lot of times I think it is a specific room like this, and that is where they have offerings for their ancestors or people who have passed on. And a lot of times you'll see like traditional items like the cranes or unicorn or dragon or things like that. But then you'll also see other items like fruit or cookies, because those are to represent things that the person who they are honoring liked, and to kind of give personality to the offering and to kind of show the offering. Only trees with roots can grow green. Only when water has its source are there 3 large seas and deep rivers, where people originated from. Because of their ancestors, they were born. That's so sweet. Oh, if one forgets to worship his or her ancestors, he or she forgot his or her origin. It just like gives you such insight into the importance and how family-oriented Vietnamese culture is. For a person who has just passed away, there must be a separate altar for him or her. After 27 months, his or her tablet or photo is placed on the common altar. Oh, that's so sweet to like give them. That's like really helps with coping.
I think they said that's time for like the spirit to go away.
Yes, for the time.
Steve told us
yeah, I think what Steve told us that one of our guides. I think I remember that. Yeah, it's like the coping period, because I know that there's. In some of the villages, there's also like a period where it's like a week where everyone kind of comes together and like gives the family food and things like that, and just kind of really takes the death very seriously, which is just kind of nice to hear, because I think death and coping is very hard, and I think it's really eye-opening to see a whole culture that has such an emphasis on accepting the loss and giving people time to mourn and also appreciate and recognize the spirit of the person who is no longer with them. If this is a bed, this is wild. We just left the Heritage House. I thought it was pretty cool. I think for 20,000 dong, I feel like it's worth just stopping by if you're nearby. I also just, I love house tours. It was interesting to see how open it was, but it's, you know, you're spending like 15, 20 minutes there, which to be honest, for an activity, it's kind of nice to have something that's just a little shorter. So definitely recommend it if you're bopping around the old quarter and you're looking for a break from shopping or eating or just a little quiet moment of zen, because it was so quiet in there. And it's always so cool to see and support restoration projects and to see how people have lived. If you don't know, Vietnam has come out with the first, this way, with their first car brand called VinFast. We've been trying to get as many clips as we can because it's epic. The cars are fully electric only, and they even have buses. They have their own like scooters, obviously cars, but they also have a competitor to Grab. We're honestly not sure if they're the same thing because the apps look very similar. It's, yeah, Brian's saying it's not.
It's like a taxi company.
Yes, it's a taxi company.
But it's only electric.
Oh, we're crossing the street. Crossing the street in Vietnam, quite the sport. But VinFast notoriously was praised by a lot of Vietnam because they were so excited to finally get their first car brand. And then it was like not that great. So some car people went and...
In the US when they brought it. That's what we saw in the video.
Yes. So they brought it to the US and then people were like, this is like mid. This is really objectively not, one of the worst cars. There were like popular car creators reviewing it and they made a big video that was like, I want to like this, but I don't. And VinFast saw the video and made improvements within 6 months. And then they updated the car and had the people try it again. And the review went up. They said they fixed a lot of the issues. It is no longer the worst car, but it is getting better. And I thought that that is such an important story because what company do you know not only listens to feedback, responds to it, and then is actively trying to do better? Besides the fact that they are an all-green company because they're all electric cars. So it is a step in the right direction against pollution. So anytime you see that little V there, that's the VinFast logo.
Right behind it too, a smaller one.
Oh yes, and then the blue taxis are all VinFast. We spotted another VinFast, and I thought that there was a good opportunity to say that this whole trip, we've both been talking about VinFast, and every single time I can't get out of my head going VinFast, or going, excuse me, how fast? VinFast. And all I have to say is if somehow someone who works at VinFast is watching this video, I petition that your slogan must be how fast, VinFast. I know it's in English, not Vietnamese, but I do feel like it rolls off the tongue nicely. Maybe it is their slogan. Nothing is original. No, I didn't look into it. This is me looking into it, actually. How fast, VinFast. Come on. You see the you see the commercials here. If it's not, if it is their slogan in Vietnamese, it hasn't been translated to English. I'm just saying, I propose when you are trying to push this car in the US, like kind of given that need for speed type of energy, it's like, how fast, VinFast. All right, that's my 2 cents. It is our last day. We have no choice but today to finally buy some bags and maybe a jacket. We've obviously done a ton of shopping throughout Vietnam, but we haven't really tried negotiating too much. If I bought a couple, would you lower the price? If I bought a couple items? If I bought the duffel and like a bag, you would lower? Okay. All right. He said he'd lower it. It was pretty high. It was $4.50. I think all of them were lower. I think that's what we've learned. How much are these?
This 400.
400. Oh, okay.
Maybe I can discount for you.
Discount to what?
Yeah, I can discount. 380.
Okay. I'll think about it. This is the shop I'm gonna go head into and see what I can buy. Oh, that's nice. So there's like a front pocket.
Yes.
And then there's the laptop, because that's nice and cushion on the back.
But you know that one hold to the luggage.
Oh.
That one you know.
Yeah, that's that style, I
that
think.
That one only includes, that one not zip.
Yeah, and it doesn't zip.
Yes,
yeah.
yes, correct.
Okay, let's see.
How does it feel?
Very light. Update, she asked for 500 for 2 and she got 600 for 2. Still pretty good. If you can hear me, that was pretty good. That's a pretty good size.
Okay.
That's like, it's slender, Bri.
Can you the photo?
Yeah. I wanted this one and one had like a string loose, so I asked for a different one and she had, which was really nice and good to know because look at all the stock. There's so much stock down here. Do you see all this? It's crazy. Okay. It's different than what you have, but I like that it's sleek. And these are stretchy, both sides. That's always nice. I think the top loader could be nice. The amount of things that we're hauling when in Vietnam to help you find this place, because when in Hanoi, you know, it can be a little confusing to get around. This is the church behind me and the shop. Oh, and the chocolate shop that we just went to. Well, you can come over here. Go see the church. Go get the chocolate shop. You can even go to the coffee shop that's right across the way. Yeah, there is an Italian restaurant across the street, Brian wanted me to point out. And then back there is the shop for the bags. So hopefully this helps you for your journey to Vietnam, or specifically Hanoi. Good morning. I am leaving today officially, and I am starting my travel day the most quintessentially Vietnamese way, with a steaming bowl of pho. Couldn't get it without leaving. My first bowl of beef pho while I'm here. I've had a lot of different food, but I presumably saved the best for last. That was good. What a perfect way to end our journey throughout Vietnam. I absolutely loved the food, the culture, everything about our trip. It's just a beautiful, beautiful country. If you are considering visiting here, come not just for the food, but come for everything. It is a wonderful place to visit. And thank you so much for watching and coming with me on all of my journeys. I have so many travel videos and travel plans coming this year, and I hope that you will consider joining me on my journeys around the world, in the kitchen, trying new things, exploring new cultures, and let me know what you want to see in the comments below, and I hope you consider subscribing. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you real soon.